What if the very fabric of society was transformed by a few brilliant ideas? The 18th century witnessed innovations that would forever alter the course of history. From machines to philosophies, each advancement created a ripple effect felt today. The invention of the printing press revolutionized communication, allowing ideas to spread like wildfire. This shift ignited literacy and fostered a culture of enlightenment across Europe. In 1712, Thomas Newcomen developed the first practical steam engine. This innovation was crucial for mining and set the stage for the Industrial Revolution, changing labor dynamics forever. The scientific methods advocated by thinkers like Isaac Newton and Francis Bacon encouraged experimentation and critical thinking. This shift laid the groundwork for modern scientific inquiry. The development of the cotton gin by Eli Whitney in 1793 revolutionized agriculture. It significantly increased cotton production, which fueled the textile industry and global trade. The Age of Enlightenment sparked new philosophies about governance and human rights. Thinkers like John Locke argued for individual liberty, shaping modern democracies. The invention of the mechanical loom by Edmund Cartwright in 1785 automated textile manufacturing. This innovation accelerated production and reduced costs. The establishment of public libraries contributed to widespread access to knowledge. This movement democratized education, allowing more people to learn and grow. The development of vaccines by Edward Jenner in the late 18th century marked a breakthrough in public health. This innovation laid the foundation for modern immunology. The rise of navigation advancements, including the chronometer by John Harrison, enabled more accurate sea travel. This improved exploration and trade routes across the globe. The invention of the telescope by Hans Lippershey opened new frontiers in astronomy. It allowed explorers to chart the stars and contributed to our understanding of the universe. In the realm of literature, the novel emerged as a dominant form of storytelling. Writers like Jane Austen captured the complexities of society, influencing cultural narratives. The concept of modern capitalism began to take form during this century, driven by innovations in trade and commerce. Adam Smith's ideas paved the way for economic theories that still govern today. Advancements in agriculture, such as crop rotation, boosted food production. This increase supported growing populations and reduced famine risk in Europe. The 18th century also saw the emergence of political revolutions, inspired by Enlightenment ideals. The American Revolution exemplified the struggle for independence and self-governance. The establishment of postal systems improved communication, connecting people across vast distances. This innovation played a crucial role in the exchange of ideas and news. The growth of cities during the 18th century was fueled by industry and migration. Urban centers became hubs of innovation and cultural exchange. The invention of the barometer by Evangelista Torricelli improved weather forecasting. This tool became essential for sailors and farmers alike in planning their activities. The rise of salons and coffee houses facilitated intellectual discussions among the educated elite. These social spaces were pivotal in spreading revolutionary ideas. The invention of the first electrical battery by Alessandro Volta in 1800, although just outside the century built on 18th century experiments, paving the way for future technological advancements. The systematic study of natural history flourished, with figures like Carl Linnaeus establishing classification systems. This organized approach to biology influenced science for centuries. The impact of the Enlightenment on art and culture was profound, leading to styles like neoclassicism that emphasized reason and beauty. Artists sought to reflect the ideals of their time. The evolution of military technology, such as the flintlock rifle, changed warfare dramatically. These innovations altered tactics and the outcomes of battles. The 18th century also marked the beginning of the environmental awareness, with early conservation efforts. Ideas about sustainability started to emerge, setting the stage for future movements. The emergence of professional societies fostered collaboration among scientists and thinkers. These organizations promoted innovation through shared knowledge and resources. The industrial advancements were not limited to textiles. Innovations in metallurgy also transformed construction. New materials allowed for the building of stronger, more durable structures. The emergence of humanitarian movements began to address social issues, such as slavery and child labor. These movements sparked discussions that would lead to significant reforms. Architectural innovations, such as the use of iron and glass in buildings, allowed for greater heights and light-filled spaces. These designs influenced urban landscapes for generations to come. The establishment of botanical gardens became a way to study plant species and promote conservation. These gardens served as centers for scientific research and education. The creation of public parks in cities transformed urban living. These green spaces provided relief from industrial life and became essential for community well-being. The advent of the first public education systems marked a significant turning point in society. Education became a right rather than a privilege, shaping future generations. The introduction of the Postal Service revolutionized communication and commerce. Letters carried news and goods across distances, connecting people like never before. The advancement of road networks and infrastructure facilitated trade and movement of goods. Well-constructed roads supported economic growth and regional integration. The spread of Enlightenment ideals fueled revolutionary movements worldwide, including the French Revolution. This quest for equality and justice inspired countless nations. The expansion of the British Empire during this era brought new technologies to colonized regions. This exchange cultivated local industries while also causing social upheavals. The advances in navigation tools, like advanced compasses, allowed for more precise sea travel, expanding global trade routes and connections between continents. The introduction of public health reforms addressed widespread diseases, improving life expectancy. These initiatives marked the beginning of modern public health systems. The emergence of women's rights movements began to challenge traditional roles and advocate for equality. This critical shift laid the groundwork for future social change. The quest for knowledge during the 18th century led to the establishment of universities focused on empirical research. These institutions became the bedrock of modern education. The innovations of the 18th century were interlinked, each contributing to a larger narrative of progress. This interconnectedness underscores the importance of collaboration in shaping history. The legacy of the 18th century continues to influence our modern world. The innovations and revolutionary ideas of this era are foundational to contemporary society. Understanding these innovations and their impacts helps us appreciate the complexity of human progress. Each advancement is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. As we reflect on the changes of the 18th century, we are reminded of the power of ideas to shape our world. Innovations are not merely inventions, they are the catalysts of transformation. The innovations of the 18th century remind us that progress is a continuous journey. As we stand on the shoulders of giants, we must continue to innovate and strive for a better future. What innovations from this era resonate most with you? As we explore history, let us remain curious and inspired by the legacies that shape our lives today. As the 18th century unfolded, the steam engine emerged as a groundbreaking force. Invented by Thomas Newcomen, it transformed the landscape of industry, powering machinery that previously relied on human or animal strength. This leap in technology marked the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, laying the foundation for modern manufacturing. The steam engine's evolution reached new heights with James Watt's improvements. His innovations increased efficiency, drastically reducing fuel consumption. As a result, industries flourished and the demand for labor surged, fundamentally shifting the economic landscape of Europe. Simultaneously, the textile industry experienced a revolution of its own. Innovations like the spinning jenny and power loom accelerated production rates, allowing for mass fabric manufacturing. This surge not only changed clothing accessibility, but also transformed economic structures across nations. The age also ignited a series of political innovations, particularly through the Enlightenment thinkers. Philosophers like John Locke and Voltaire challenged traditional authority, advocating for individual rights and freedoms. Their writings inspired revolutions across the globe, shaping modern democracies. The printing press played a crucial role in disseminating revolutionary ideas. The ability to mass produce literature allowed Enlightenment philosophies to reach wider audiences. This accessibility directly contributed to rising sentiments for social and political reform across Europe and beyond. In the realm of science, the 18th century saw significant advancements as well. The work of pioneers like Antoine Lavoisier in chemistry laid the groundwork for modern scientific methods. His systematic approach to experimentation transformed how knowledge was acquired and validated. As transportation evolved, innovations also led to the expansion of global trade networks. The introduction of more robust ships and navigational tools enabled longer voyages. This accessibility fostered cultural exchanges and economic ties across continents. The agricultural sector didn't remain untouched by innovation either. The agricultural revolution introduced crop rotation and selective breeding, enhancing food production. This surge in agricultural productivity supported a growing population and urban expansion. In the arts, the 18th century blossomed with movements like Romanticism, which emphasized emotional expression and individualism. Artists and writers began to explore human experience, shaping cultural narratives that resonated deeply within society. The advancements in communication also played a pivotal role during this period. The development of postal systems and innovations in communication technologies enabled faster and more reliable exchanges of information. This connectivity enhanced political awareness and societal engagement. As the 18th century progressed, the impact of colonialism became increasingly pronounced. Innovations in trade and navigation allowed European powers to expand their empires significantly. These developments not only shaped economies, but also influenced cultures and societies on a global scale. The influence of the Enlightenment also fueled revolutionary movements. The American Revolution stood as a testament to the power of ideas. Inspired by Enlightenment principles, the colonies fought for independence, forever altering the course of history. The French Revolution followed closely, igniting passionate debates about liberty, equality, and fraternity. Inspired by Enlightenment thought, citizens rose against oppression, leading to a radical transformation of French society and governance. Technology continued to evolve, leading to the invention of the telegraph. Samuel Morse's development revolutionized long-distance communication, paving the way for real-time information exchange, a precursor to our modern communication systems. The philosophical undercurrents of the time also inspired social reform movements. Figures such as Mary Wollstonecraft advocated for women's rights, emphasizing the importance of education and equality. This early activism laid the groundwork for future feminist movements. In the field of medicine, the 18th century saw the beginnings of vaccination thanks to Edward Jenner's pioneering work. His introduction of the smallpox vaccine marked a significant advancement in public health, saving countless lives. As innovations flourished, they also brought forth challenges. The rise of industrialization led to urbanization, with people flocking to cities for work. This shift created new social dynamics and issues, paving the way for modern societal structures. The literary world also transformed with the advent of novels, which began to reflect the complexities of human experiences. Writers like Jane Austen captured societal intricacies, influencing not just literature, but also social norms and values. Music underwent a similar transformation during this time. Composers like Mozart and Haydn explored new forms and styles, ushering in the classical period. Their works influenced not only the art of music, but also the cultural environment of their time. The concept of public education began to take root, influenced by Enlightenment ideals. Advocates argued for the importance of an educated citizenry, setting the stage for modern education systems that promote knowledge and critical thinking. As the century progressed, the growing importance of human rights took center stage. Documents like the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen emerged during the French Revolution, asserting the inherent rights of individuals. Philosophical debates continued to flourish, with thinkers advocating for utilitarianism. Figures like Jeremy Bentham proposed ideas that measured the rightness of actions based on their utility, influencing ethical thought for generations. The era also witnessed advancements in navigation, with innovations like the sextant improving maritime exploration. This tool enabled sailors to determine their position at sea more accurately, facilitating trade and exploration. The late 18th century marked the rise of economic theories, with thinkers like Adam Smith advocating for capitalism. His seminal work, The Wealth of Nations, laid the foundation for modern economic thought, emphasizing free markets and individual enterprise. This period also gave birth to the concept of social contracts. Philosophers like Rousseau argued that governments derive their authority from the consent of the governed, influencing democratic principles worldwide. The 18th century also saw the emergence of new artistic movements. Neoclassicism drew inspiration from ancient Greece and Rome, leading to a revival in sculpture, architecture, and visual arts that emphasized symmetry and harmony. The birth of Romanticism during this time frame emphasized emotion and nature. Contrasting the rationality of previous eras, poets and painters sought to capture the beauty of the world, igniting a cultural renaissance. The expansion of literacy during this era further fueled cultural growth. As more individuals gained access to education and literature, new ideas flourished, creating a vibrant intellectual landscape that transcended borders. As the 18th century drew to a close, the seeds of industrialization had been firmly planted. The innovations of this era not only shaped economies but also set the stage for significant social changes in the 19th century. In the realm of philosophy, Immanuel Kant emerged as a transformative thinker. His ideas on morality and autonomy influenced subsequent generations, shaping Western philosophical thought and ethical discourse. The arts also reflected the societal shifts of the time. Performances in theaters became increasingly popular, providing commentary on social issues while entertaining diverse audiences through satire and drama. This era also saw the rise of the scientific method as a systematic approach to inquiry. Experimentation and observation became central to scientific discovery, leading to breakthroughs that would change our understanding of the natural world. Exploration ventures saw an increase as well, with explorers mapping unknown territories. Their journeys not only expanded geographical knowledge, but also facilitated exchanges of culture and ideas between different civilizations. The rise of coffee houses in urban centers became meeting places for intellectuals and revolutionaries. These establishments fostered discussions about ideas and reforms, catalyzing political movements throughout the century. The flourishing of illustrations and political cartoons illustrated the social climate. Artists used satire to comment on political events, making complex ideas accessible to the average citizen and stimulating public discourse. The concept of the public sphere took shape during this time, where citizens engaged in political discussions outside of government control. This shift played a crucial role in developing democratic ideals and civic participation. Environmental awareness began to emerge in response to industrialization's impact. Writers and thinkers started to express concerns about the exploitation of natural resources, laying the groundwork for future conservation movements. The combination of these various innovations set the stage for a modern world. The 18th century not only witnessed technological advancements, but also a profound shift in social consciousness and political thought. As scientific knowledge grew, so did the understanding of human anatomy and health. This paved the way for future medical breakthroughs, setting a precedent for how health would be approached in the years to come. The emergence of critical thinking and skepticism was encouraged by the Enlightenment. This shift promoted questioning of authority and tradition, leading to a more informed and engaged populace prepared to challenge the status quo. As the 18th century ended, the implications of these transformations became clear. The foundations laid during this era would echo throughout history, influencing not only the 19th century but also shaping modern civilization as we know it. Looking ahead, the challenges and opportunities presented by these innovations were becoming evident. Societies were on the brink of dramatic change as the 19th century prepared to embark on its own journey of discovery and reform. This dynamic era fostered a sense of interconnectedness among nations. The exchange of ideas, goods, and people became a hallmark of the 18th century, creating a foundation for globalization in the centuries to come. As the world moved towards the 19th century, the innovations of the 18th century catalyzed discussions about rights, governance, and society. These conversations would shape the path toward modern nation-states and democratic frameworks. Though the 18th century has concluded, its legacy continues to resonate. The innovations and ideas born during this time remain relevant, reminding us of the power of progress and the importance of nurturing a forward-thinking mindset.